Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most humble and reverential pranams at the divine lotus feet of our Lord and Master, Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. I first must offer my immense gratitude to Swami for having made this 2-day offering. Yesterday we had the Rudramayam Sadhana Shibir, and today, we are commemorating and offering our gratitude to him for making it possible for the youth wing of Sri Satya Sai Seva organizations in Karnataka, and of course all the devotees, for 500 continuous days they were able to offer the chanting of the Gayathri at his divine lotus feet. And as all of you know, this is possible only with his divine grace and his mercy on all of us. So how grateful I am. The reason, is very simple. In all this grandeur which happens, I cannot forget one thing which repeatedly, I heard as a young boy, a 17-year-old boy, 1981, the day he actually laid the foundation stone for the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in Prashantilayam. He said that without my sankalpa, nothing is possible in this universe. And he said one more thing there, saying, respecting the laws of nature, I allow some things to go in the worldly way. Otherwise, Sai Sankalpa Mutte Kshanak Kshanalo Aipotundi is what he said on that particular day. I'm sure all of you will remember. So today, we have to remember that first, how fortunate we are to be, in His divine presence, in this sacred abode of Brindavan. I said the same thing yesterday to our sisters and brothers who came from across the state of Karnataka. So I want to start by first offering my gratitude to Swami for making this possible. And I always say, I want to once again appeal to him with all my heart, with all the love in my heart, with all the humility that he has bestowed me with. I want to say, Bhagwan, forever and forever and forever, please keep us united at your divine lotus feet, so that we can continue to contemplate and redeem ourselves in this life, is my constant prayer to him on all your behalf. Coming to the formality of the State President's address, I have to acknowledge the presence of Shri Bhutia, our custodian. It is really Bhagwan's divine grace that made it possible for him to be here today. And all of you know how committed he has been. In fact, Swami said that if at all you want to learn something, learn from all these people who every moment of their life said, how can I be useful to Swami in this mission? I think he's a great example. And the very fact that he motivated himself to actually come here today. Sir, I'm very grateful that you came here today to be in our midst. I have to, as I always do, acknowledge the presence of my brother, Vinay Kumar, who is convener of the Brindavan Management Committee, a member of the Sri Satya Sai Trust in Karnataka, and a person who always says yes to whatever we have requested from the organization. So again, I want to offer my gratitude. I also want to say how fortunate all of us were today to witness this grand Sai Gayathri Homam, which was just offered to Bhagwan with great devotion by our entire team here, the Homam team and the youth of Karnataka, along with all our sisters and brothers. All of them actually made this offering possible, and we all felt very, very blessed to be a part of this because of the divine vibrations which were created. Since we spoke about the opportunity to contemplate on the divine for 500 days at a stretch, I want to just refer to Bhagwan's discourse, which he delivered in the year 1975 here, in Brindavan, where he said, if you continue to contemplate on God at this rate, in a very, very consistent manner, he said, what happens first? there's a cleansing of your own thoughts, a cleansing of your own mind which is happening. So I want to say that you all today, with the offering which you have done, have actually, because of your constant contemplation on the divine, like today, have a very, very clean heart, have a very clean mind. The entire blissful experience which you have had today over the last few hours, which is a result of all the sadhana you have done over these days, I want to request you to follow Bhagavan's instruction. The Swami said, the first thing is contemplation. It leads to the cleansing of your mind. And then he says, all the youth of today, he says, you have a duty to the nation. You have a duty to your parents. You have a duty to the community. And what is that? That is, you will make the right choice in terms of how you will lead your life. The right choice is two things. He says, good company, he says, can actually help you to some extent. So therefore, like all of us today are in good company. So this is actually very beneficial. But Swami goes one step forward and he says, it is not only important for you to be in good company, it is also important for you to realize that there are many people outside who actually want to be you to be in bad company. And what do those people do? They actually create an environment for you where you will experience a lot of trouble, you will experience a lot of challenges in your personal life, because the whole world is pulling in one direction, and you, a select few who are blessed by the Lord, are actually pulling in a certain different direction. So Bhagavan says, not only is it important to be in good company, it's also important to understand that these attractions of the outside world, these things about saying, let's deviate from this path and let's just see. It's like somebody like me who, let's say, is suffering from diabetes, and somebody has told me eating sugar is bad for your health, but once in a while, I will go and not tell my wife, not tell my son, or maybe not tell many of you who are very close to me, and I will basically at the airport or somewhere else indulge myself in a big bowl of ice cream or some juice or whatever, and I'm doing bad things to myself, right? I'm thinking nobody is saying, but I know very well I've made a mistake, and we have to also be cognizant that the Lord is always watching. He's always there. He's omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, and He's always there. So we have to be conscious, sisters and brothers, that whatever we do, like the Lord is always with us, and that's the divine assurance which He has given. So I want to keep this very short. I want to basically say that each and every one of you who's here today has been specially chosen by Bhagavan to be a part of this mission. You have a duty, which I mentioned even yesterday to all the sisters and brothers. And what is that duty? One, all these good things which you have learned, you should actually, as directed by Bhagavan, you have to share it with the world. The second thing which you have to do is you have to intensely practice this, in your daily life. And the last thing, of course, is that you should always remember that God alone is the doer. Because what happens, when we get this kind of expertise of the Vedas, when we get this kind of expertise of, let's say, chanting very fluently or participating in a congregation, it's quite likely that at some point of time you will feel, all of this is happening because of me. So I want to remind all of you here today that that could be the biggest mistake, and that could, in fact, yesterday I mentioned, because our priests who actually taught us to chant the Namakam and Chamakam, in 2008, they were there yesterday. They actually, when we got all of Karnataka, the 1008 participants, when we got them here, before we went and chanted in Swami's presence, they actually were telling us that because we know this thing by heart, if you just forget about everything and just go on doing that, it's quite likely that your ego will overtake you and you will suddenly not be able to remember, and you will chant in a wrong manner. The intonations will go away, you will probably forget a few sentences. So I want to say, let's bask in this special blessing which Bhagavan has given all of us. Let's continue to be very united, because unity is above everything else. Because we have to protect this unity, and let us be very, very conscious of the fact that each and everything what happens in our life happens because of His mercy, because He gave us the opportunity. So I want to close by saying, I'm so grateful to all of you sisters and brothers, for coming together here for the last 2 days, especially today, and offering this, Gayathri Homa at Swami's Divine Lotus Feet. I want to pray that He blesses your entire family, He blesses all your teams, He blesses you, so that whatever you aspire to in life comes to you, with His blessings. But I also want to say that I'm praying to Him that He continues to keep you very, very close to and closely involved in whatever He has said. And I think practicing his teachings in our daily life and spiritualizing our daily life, I think is the best thing which we can do. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I offer all of this at Swami's Divine Lotus feet and pray for his blessings on all of us. Jai Sai Ram.